Hello everybody, Joe Clone here, back again with another LEGO Marvel custom build review video. I've been waiting to make this video for you guys because today I will be reviewing what is standing in front of us right here. And what is that? My custom built HULKBUSTER suit. Oh yes, and like I said in the short, honestly, it might be one of the most perfect HULKBUSTER custom builds you will see on the entire platform of YouTube. Yeah, I'm self-proclaiming that because I'm just in love with the build that I've done here, and I'm just so happy with how it turned out. Before we get right into it, I wanted that horribly priced 4 plus HULKBUSTER set for so long. I waited so long for it to get so cheap. I got it for $10, which is like around the price it really should have cost. But that is one of the main sources for the parts of this build, and honestly the scale of that HULKBUSTER was pretty good, so that's why I tried to keep it close to that scale. It's a little bit bigger obviously, but that is where most of the parts from this HULKBUSTER really come from. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So as I was saying, really the whole arms, not the wrists and the hands, but the arms, the pieces up here by the shoulder and on the other side obviously, and the whole middle piece and the head capsule are all from that 4 plus HULKBUSTER set. Do not buy that set for the official price. Get it for cheap. Get it for a way cheaper price because you definitely can. And not to say that the HULKBUSTERs we've gotten, well, here we go. Unpopular opinion. I really don't like basically all of the HULKBUSTER sets that LEGO's officially made. I think that they're way too big. I think that, as I'm looking at one right here, I don't like how they're locked in the squatting position. So the 4 plus HULKBUSTER, I really thought it was honestly a really good scale. And it really reminded me of the HULKBUSTER from the LEGO Marvel Superheroes video game, which a lot of people know and love. So that's really sort of what I was going for. I really was just trying to make the perfect all-around HULKBUSTER, detail-wise, scale-wise, posability-wise, and I really think I've achieved it here, guys. I haven't seen one in this close to perfect scale, minifigure-wise and big fig-wise, really on YouTube. So I'm just so happy with how this turned out. Just really, as we're looking at the front here, you could see all the details I put in. A really big thing that I wanted to do was on the 4 plus, it goes into like this really skinny waist, which obviously HULKBUSTERs do not have because they're beefy. So I love how I achieved that here. The waist doesn't really narrow in drastically like on the official set, and I love how it looks. I'm going to go more in depth, but just because it's standing facing us right now, I'm just going to go over the front details. Honestly, I'm going to flash a few pictures up just to show you like the video game one and the scale of it in the movies right now. As you see, that's where I really wanted to put these gold dishes up here because the video game one has that on the shoulders, and I'm just so happy with how this turned out, guys, like truly. Let's have some fun and let me show you a size comparison. So on the left we have the official Infinity War HULKBUSTER from 2018, which honestly is the only HULKBUSTER set officially made by LEGO that I like, but I still have issues with it because, as you can see, and you've probably heard this before if you're a LEGO Marvel fan and seen reviews over the years, it's locked in like this sort of squatting position. You really can't straighten out the legs like mine on the right is doing right here. So it really just for posability and mock wise, it's sort of just always looking like he's about to sit down. And like I've been saying, scale-wise, this is way too big. Even for the Infinity War one, for the Age of Ultron Hulkbuster, that is way too big compared to the Hulk Big Fig here. If we're talking in Lego scale standards, it's just way too big. And if we look at mine, I really think that that is the perfect scale for a Hulkbuster. Like, it's taller than the Big Fig, but it's not hulking over the Hulk like the official ones here, and they really get bigger from this. This is like one of the smaller official ones from sets, in my opinion. So I just wanted to show you that size comparison because the scale was a really big thing for me that I wanted to achieve, and in doing so, we don't sacrifice any of the detail. We don't make it skinnier. It's still a bulky Hulkbuster. But now that we've gone over the scale, let's get into the details. Alright, here's where also my custom built Hulkbuster completely destroys any of the ones in the sets. Mine could articulate at the waist. It's just, the range of motion on mine is insane. It could articulate on the wrists, on the shoulders, as you can see right here, the knees, hips, and even the toes could move a tiny bit, but the hips and the knees could move right here, as you can see. And even the hands could open up, as you can see right there. Just truly awesome. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, mine's more posable, didn't sacrifice any detail in achieving this. That's why I really think it's one of the most all-around perfect Hulkbuster builds. But now that we've gone over the posability, because I wanted you to see how posable it is, just before we go into the details of the build, I kept this here. I don't know why. I just like how it looks. So I know that's probably the only place I sacrifice because there's no elbow articulation. But with all the other points of articulation that my custom build has, I don't think it needs it necessarily. And what I really want to do is when that new Iron Man mech vs Ultron set comes out in January, I want to put the gold pieces here, because just imagine how good it would look with those gold pieces. But honestly, before I know I'm stalling the details, guys, but I just got to show you how posable this thing is. Just look at the position I have it in right here. Like, that is completely insane. Not to pat myself on the back, this gives me like Ninjago mech vibes, which the Ninjago mechs are amazing. Just look at this. No official Lego Hulkbuster could move like this one. Like, look at this action pose. Just truly insane. It's standing on one leg by itself. Like, come on now, guys. How crazy is this? I just thought I'd show you that because it's just truly awesome. I've never built anything like this posable. I've never really, this is like one of my first attempts at building like a Hulkbuster type custom build. So I just can't believe how I've achieved. Like, for mocks, this thing is insane. If you've seen the shorts, it's just so awesome for mocks. But been stalling them the whole video. Now let's go over the nitty-gritty, the details. Alright, so here we go. Obviously, like I said in the beginning of the video, this part right here on both sides, this part right here, came in the set flat out. Didn't really have to do much there. Where I really had to start custom building was the arms, because which you'll see, a little spoiler for another little addition, but it came with these big fig hands, which I was going to keep at first because the first Hulkbuster from the first Lego Marvel Superheroes game had those big fig hands. But I just wanted the ability for more posing, and because a lot of the official Lego Hulkbusters have hands that could open and close and grab minifigures. So that was the first thing I did, really. And it's really just the ball joint piece, as you can see, on top of the mech arm, and just simple, one of these slope pieces, one of those rounded 1x2s, and a ball joint receiver piece for the hand. And the hand, I honestly stole the design from the Airsham, where the thumb is sort of on, like, I always call this little black piece right here the like one of those car wheel pieces, but that's where that's where the thumb is, and obviously the rest is set for the rest of the hand. Got the repulsor right there, and that is the hand. So once I had that look down and was happy with that, then came the real challenge, which this is what Lego has had issues with in Hulkbusters. To be honest, before I started building this, I watched Duckbrick's video of how he ranks every Lego Hulkbuster that's been made. And one problem that he pointed out on a lot of them is the narrowness of the waist. Hulkbusters that Lego makes tend to get really narrow at the waist, which is not how they are at all. And that is why I wanted the gold piece here, just going off the one from the games, but I really just wanted that waist to look beefy enough for the Hulkbuster, and I think I really achieved it so well using these 1x1 slope pieces right there, as you can see, and along here, going along to the back. I just think it looks fantastic. Put this red piece, 1x2 rounded red piece right there, and then I wanted obviously some trans blue pieces because this is a Iron Man suit after all. But I just think the waist, I think I knocked it out of the park. I think he looks fantastic. I'm just so happy with that, how that turned out. Up next, this came the real, like, all by myself, because the 4+ Hulkbuster comes with these legs, which you really can't do anything with them. They're one molded piece. They're all right for a 4+ set detail-wise, but I just think they look too, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna be honest, they were a little whack for me. Another problem with official Lego Hulkbusters is the feet also get really narrow, which that's not how they look at all. So this is I'm blown. This is really one of my favorite parts of the entire build, the legs. I wanted them to be articulated as well, obviously, so we don't have that problem that official Lego Hulkbusters do, where they're constantly squatting, which obviously, as you can see, mine is on ball joints, so it is not constantly squatting. It could go in any position I want, as I just showed you before. But really just detailing-wise, all of these slope pieces here, and honestly, just having the legs so they're sturdy enough for me to touch, because as you know, I hate flimsy custom builds. You could see it's all connected together here with these slope pieces and these inverted slope pieces here, as you can see right there. It all connects together, so it's one solid point of articulation at the hip right there, at the knees, the feet. One of my favorite, if not my favorite part of the whole build. I just love how I got that wide foot just completely down, and the articulation of even the toes down here, so awesome. And again, it's all really connected together very firmly. As you can see, I'm touching it, none of it is falling off, and it's really just a bunch of these hood pieces, slope pieces, all of that good stuff to achieve that. And I love how I put the trans blue on the back right here, so you could have sort of that like rocket thrusting kick. I also have some trans blue down here, and the foot is actually connected to the ball joint, as you can see in there, through one of those Technic ball joint pieces. So that's why that piece is there. But just look at the feet, guys. It is so awesome, all connected together around this circle with this gray piece too. So awesome. And again, this is my first attempt at any like Hulkbuster or any Marvel build like this, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. It really just is amazing, and like I said, I think it's one of the most perfect Hulkbuster custom builds you'll see on the entire platform. Even on the back, it just looks so nice, just perfectly scale. All the pieces are just perfectly scale with each other, perfectly big fig scale, and I'm just so happy with how this turned out, like, truly. I've been dying to break down all the greebling, all the details of this custom build with you guys ever since I released that short, but I got sick, so was a little delayed in content, but I spoiled it before, and if you've seen the short, there is another thing that I included with this custom built HULKBUSTER. Let's go. Veronica, give me a hand here. Well, I'll be your Veronica, Tony Stark, because what I've included is the, as I call it, the go to sleep arm from that infamous scene of the HULKBUSTER versus the Hulk fight in Age of Ultron. And I'm just so happy I got to include this because I actually got to incorporate one of those big fig hands. So it just is a nice little homage to the original HULKBUSTER from the video game. When Hulk rips off one of the HULKBUSTER's arms, Iron Man asks for some assistance, and he has that second arm placed on, and it constantly just goes back and forth punching Hulk. As you can see, it could go back and forth with that punching motion. I hope this is on camera. It could go back and forth with that constant punching motion, and hopefully Hulk falls asleep by the amount of rapid punches we get from this arm. And I love how that looks. It's so awesome to have this as like a little add-on to my custom built HULKBUSTER. Really something you don't see a lot in custom builds for HULKBUSTERs, just little add-ons like that. And it's honestly a really simple build. It's just one of these sort of Technic bar pieces that has the little circle on the back there so it doesn't fall off the back of the arm into one of those Technic cross pieces down there. And then, as you can see, it's just really simple stuff to hold together the fist and the hand, and that's why it goes back and forth. And yeah, I just thought I'd show you that because I love that I have this little addition to my custom build. And yes, I almost forgot to mention, there is, in fact, a Iron Man minifigure inside because, duh, it is a HULKBUSTER, and it is one of Iron Man's suits, and I just always liked how the 4+ sort of capsule for the minifigure just really closes off. Again, I think this is one of the most perfect HULKBUSTER custom builds you will ever see on the platform or YouTube, and I'm just so happy of what I achieved here. Before we go to the final lineup, let's just have some fun. Let me just pose it a bit, show you how awesome it really, really looks. Just look at how perfect that scale is. The HULKBUSTER catching the punch from the Hulk about and crack him with a right hook right there. I just love how that looks, and it really just shows how perfect the scale is. But let me show you some more. Then we have that scene where Hulk is jumping on top of the HULKBUSTER, destroying it, and the HULKBUSTER just fully just knocks him right off with that backwards punch. I just think this looks so awesome, and it is really a testament to how posable this thing truly is. So cool. And finally, because this is turning into a mock video, we have that iconic scene that I was talking about, that I built in my own little play feature for, an add-on for, the go to sleep punching arm scene. Look how awesome that looks. It literally looks like that scene. I almost cursed. That's how awesome it is. I'm just so happy with how this turned out. And yeah, now that we've had some fun, let's go to the final lineup. And there it is in all of its glory. I really think that this might be my best Lego Marvel custom build ever. Like, honestly, just for all the things I've gone over. The detailing, the posability, the scale. It's just truly awesome. What was this thing that is truly awesome? This was my perfect Lego Marvel HULKBUSTER custom build, and I hope you enjoyed, because as you know, I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe, and I thank you for joining me on the journey. That is a Lego Marvel custom build review video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.